Hi society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out P1Harmony's X. I'm so incredibly excited. There's just something about a P1Harmony comeback that hits me differently, okay? And I'm really looking forward to this one because it's gonna be all English except for the Japanese version. Spanish version. I'm so used to there being Japanese. It's like the alternate Spanish version. That it's gonna be a little bit of a different vibe. It's going to be a little bit of a different sonically, at least from the highlight medley that I checked out, that it's going to be leaning a bit more into like Western pop sounds. So I'm intrigued by this one, especially if we're going to get English verses from our rappers, because usually even if they do like a cover of an English song, we get Korean verses. So we'll see what happens. Also, big fan of getting official lyric videos. Thank you. Seems to be a trend, at least for some of the people that I've checked out, where we have like actual lyric videos. And I get that this is in English and therefore I am at more of an advantage for this one. But I listen to lyric videos because it's just easier for me to process information when I don't have to look at all the stuff, especially with P1Harmony music videos. There's so much going on that I'm just like, I need to process some of the information separately. So like that we're getting a lyric video for this one. So let's see what we got for X.
Every girl deserves to have her exploration. Have a little fun without an explanation.
Cute.
Exit on them when they hit the expiration. End of story, period, no exclamation.
Wait. Okay, first off, love this robotic delivery and the post on that voice, especially with this 8-bit graphic we got going on. Love all of the X playing off of leaning into the gimmick. I love a commitment to a bit. And I love the like period, no exclamation, right? So that's cute. That's a cute little image right there.
A little fun without an explanation. Exit on them when they hit the expiration. End of story, period, no exclamation.
Especially from the sassy Jung.
So you can't tell me bye-bye. I think I gave enough of my time, so I'm sorry, not sorry. X's and O's, yeses and no's. Ain't nothing personal, I gotta know. Trust me, you'll be fine. So I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Wait, I love the X's and O's, right? Play again, commitment to the bit of the like X's and O's of like hugs and kisses. Love this like a faster cadence, right? Like it's a little bit more like talk singing as opposed to full on like vocals that are happening. But I love that we're getting the layered vocals coming in. So it's just adding like a little bit of interest in terms of what we're getting from the vocals. I'm too excited. I need like so I can concentrate. Love that mixing.
So you can't tell me bye-bye. I think I gave enough of my time, so I'm sorry, not sorry. X's and O's, yeses and no's. Ain't nothing personal, I gotta know. Trust me, you'll be fine. So I'm sorry, not sorry. Young and so incredible. Think it's time to settle what we got so special. I'm sorry, I'm not. X's and O's.
Oh, wait, I like the X's and O's, right? Again, like X's in terms of having someone that you used to be in a relationship with, right? Someone who's your ex, but also X's and O's as in like hugs and kisses, but it's over, right? Like it has the with peace and love vibe of I'm about to say something that is gonna make you a little bit unhappy, but you know, kisses. That's so cute. And I love the sorry, I'm not sorry. Like this, all the messages, right? To having the message bubbles of maybe trying to repair something, but also like having this back and forth, right? It feels that way of having this back and forth with someone of we're coming up with all these excuses, right? For why this should continue to be a thing or whatever. And then it's at the end of the day, like it's not working. And I can apologize all I want, but I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry that I'm so over this that like I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for you to be an ex instead of this back and forth that we're dealing with. And again, I love that we have the more talk singing delivery, and then we got into this pre-chorus. We're getting more of those like vocals in terms of the melodies. Crazy bass too.
I'm sorry, I'm not. Access and O's. Every girl deserves to have her exploration. Have a little fun without an explanation.
I love the synths.
End of story, period, no exclamation. Every X. The next. Left on with the text. End of story, period, no exclamation. Please go to get your access.
Wait, before you just jump into a verse, Jungsub, I'm gonna need you to take a step back for a second. Love, again, we have the X next text, right? Like, again, commitment to the bit. Love it, especially with this like robotic kind of delivery, having those repetitions, I think fit into that so much. And again, I think it's reflective of this like back and forth, right? It's like, I feel like I'm stuck on this like loop, right? Of us just doing the same things over and over again, and I need to move on. This has to be over, right? So I like that we're having this like repetition coming through and a bunch of it. It's fun, it's catchy. And again, I understand like there's some intentionality with this one of it being an all English album and track that we're trying to reach like a different audience than doing something that's for South Korea. But I think that it's really fun leaning into some of this like robotic, a little bit of 8-bit feel with some of the synths that we're using to have that like repetition that's happening. X in terms of like crossing something out. You put like an X on something to be like you're crossing it out and you're moving on. So again, like commitment to the bit of like how many different ways can we play off this idea of X, and I think that's really fun.
Message and pictures too, babe. What are you doing there? What are you? See what I'm doing here? Still here. Don't hesitate, babe. Turn around, look at me. You seem to have too many thoughts. Action notes, get rid of the fool. Young and so incredible.
Wait, they'll get rid of the fool is crazy, but I love that this is like a pep talk. This is like a bestie, girl. Sit down. We need to have a conversation. For him? Why? I love that it has that vibe, especially from like P1Harmony. Maybe this is just because I have bestie energy with them, because I've been following them since debut. I'm older than all of them, but not by a lot. But it's just like the vibe that I have with them is I feel like they would sit me down and be like, bestie, darling. For that? No, not in this modern era. I don't think so. So I love that it has that vibe of talking about like messages and what are you doing? And I like that we have, even from like Jungsub and Intalk, it's still like talk singing, right? So we're not getting quite into some of the rap cadences we got, but also that was part of my kind of intrigue in this of usually we get raps, right, versus it's in Korean, that's a little bit more in their wheelhouse, right? If they're going to be like writing their own stuff, it's a lot harder to play off of, do like wordplay and all of kind of the intricacies that come with rap when it's in a language that you don't have the same kind of confidence in as some other things. I know that Jungsub is like a little bit more confident when it comes to using English, right? But it's still like you can't get into all those nuances with English if it's not like your first language or a language that you know really well, right? So it's one thing to be able to carry on like a conversation. It's another thing to be able to go into the complexities of what happens with rap. Like I'm a native English speaker, and if you told me to write a rap verse, I would just blink at you in confusion because I can't do that. So it's a little bit of a different thing. So I like that they're still using this kind of talk singing cadence in the verses, which means that you can have any of the members do those parts without having it feel like they're standing out in a weird way, right? I like that still in here. Like, I got you, but like, I love having this bass come through with Theo's voice over top of it.
I'm sorry, I'm not. X's and O's. Every girl deserves to have an expiration. Have a little fun without an explanation. Exit on the Monday, the expiration. And the story period, no exclamation. Every X, 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 X. Oh, get your next. Lifting with the text. And the story period, no exclamation.
Don't honey me, sir. Okay? But like, I love the like exploration, right? Of being like, hey, it's okay for you to move on with your life. It's okay for you to have an explanation for it. It's okay for you to not have reasonings for it. You don't have to sit down and have a whole conversation about like why this isn't working with this person anymore, or like why you want to move on to something else, right? It's okay to just like have an ex, right? Who cares, right? And I love the one line that we had in the second verse that was like, I'm still here. Like I'm gonna give you this pep talk, but I'm still gonna back you up regardless of what you choose. I'm just saying, maybe take off the rose-tinted glasses and just look at this fool. Look at this man and tell me, is it worth it? And you know what? Sometimes you need that conversation, okay? Sometimes you need somebody to just sit you down and be like, I want you to really look at the relationship that you're in. I want you to tell me if it's worth it. Or do you just not want to be alone? Because I'm here. Hey, friends are also great. I think that we don't put enough stock in friendships. But I'm also asexual, so maybe I'm just speaking from that. You could do better. And I like that pep talk. And again, love all of this kind of like glitch kind of electronic sounds we got with the ad-libs too with Kia, where we got this like post on his voice. So it's a little bit more blending into some of the production that's happening. And I think it's really fun also to have this kind of computer sound, because it's almost going back to the messages that we had, right? We had the message bubbles popping up where it's like, it feels like this back and forth, right? It feels like this constant like back and forth in this relationship of a bunch of like conversations that are happening, or like fights that are maybe happening, or like it feels there's almost this already distance, right? It's like instead of wanting to meet up with this person and talk to them, we have this distance of messaging or like using technology for that connection, as opposed to wanting to go out of your way so you can actually spend time with this person. So I like having some of that too, like the distance there is fun. Beautiful. Oh, wait, that was so pretty. It was so cute. It was so pretty with his voice. Young. Oh, that little cry there. Oh, I like that. Let me in. Yeah.
Have a little fun without an explanation. Exit on them when they hit the expiration. End the story, period, no exclamation. Every girl deserves to have her.
Oh, I love that we took out the bass like at the beginning.
Exit on them when they hit the expiration. End of story, period, no exclamation.
I like it, ditch him. Oh, I love that. I love like sonically, I think it's really fun. It doesn't have some of the like heavier hip hop sounds that they have, which I noticed in the highlight medley. I was like, I feel like this is a bit of a brighter sound from them, especially for a lead single. And I was thinking it's giving Fall in Love Again in terms of like the vibe of Bestie. What are we doing? And like the whole music video is them like trying to figure out like the correct like formula to help someone in the like the little like fur creature that they're helping, right? It was all about like, we got you. You were in love. You got a crush. We got your back. We're gonna figure this out. So it's got that vibe of you can move on to the next. I love the ditch him like that fool. Even send a text, break up with him. Why not? Give it a try, see what happens. It's playful. It's got a little bit, again, of that kind of fun edge to it, right? Even just the period, right? Bringing in a little bit of the sass because they can't be without it. But I also love that they have all these beautiful like vocal moments with the pre-chorus and getting into the bridge, and even just the layers coming in that kind of softens out the sound, right? We have all these kind of robotic, chopped deliveries, right? And then having the softening out with some of the other vocals, I think is a great way of those contrasting moments and showing that they do have the vocals in this group. But I think it's also like softening out the sound of, instead of it being something that's really harsh, of being like, you're doing something dumb, right? By being in this relationship, softening it out of being like, hey, about that person you're dating, I'm not gonna tell you anything about what I think about them. I just want you to take a really close look and tell me what you think. It's got a little bit of a softer vibe to it to have some of those vocals coming in, especially since those vocal moments where it was like Theo in the pre-chorus and then Jung in the bridge. I hope I'm getting all of these right. I hope that I know their voices well enough, but I am questioning myself because I'm full of self-doubt. But those beautiful vocal moments are also where it's like a little bit more compassion that we're talking, right? It's not about talking about this other person that you're in a relationship with. It's like talking to the person directly and being like, you deserve better. You deserve something better than this. So having those softer vocals is a way of having that like empathy, compassion in comparison to some of the other ones where it's, I feel like you should just move on. Is it worth it? So I think that it's a fun song. I think that it's probably, the music video is going to be super fun as well. There's so much happening, just like the thumbnail of the music video, that I'm like, oh, we're going that route. All right, sure. Too excited. Too excited. All right. Already that we're getting this like different aspect ratio, right? Fun. More importantly though, in breaking news, Jungsup dyed his hair dark and it's messing with me. Okay, every time I see something now that's like them doing this promotion, my brain has to buffer for a little bit because I'm not counting enough blondes. I'm adjusting, but it's okay. All right, let's see what we got.
Every girl deserves to have her exploration. Have a
They're so
little fun
cute.
without an explanation. Exit on them when they hit the expiration.
Oh.
End of story, period, no exclamation.
Okay, first off, I love that we have the what game lovers. This is cute. Very, again, leaning into that like early 2000s, the aspect ratio, the being in like a physical media store, or even crazier, rental. Wild. But I think that's super fun. Do you have a P1H station? Is that allowed? But I love the retro vibe. Also, all the patterns are being worn. Like, I was like, dang, Kyo's got like multiple patterns going on. And then Jeong showed up and he's, I'm gonna wear every plaid, all of them simultaneously. And you know what? I support him.
Have a little fun without an
He's so cute.
Exit on them when they hit the
Dang, the
expiration.
skateboard's back there
End of
too.
story, period, no exclamation. Unexceptional guy, so you can't tell me bye-bye. I think I gave enough of my time, so I'm sorry, not sorry. X's and O's,
Oh.
ain't nothing personal, I gotta know. Trust me, you'll be fine. So I'm sorry,
Oh my god, the old phone. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Like flip out phone. Wild. Those were like the coolest thing. You know what? I was gonna ask what is Soul doing, and then I remembered it's Soul. I don't pretend to know what goes on in his mind. But also, Kyo coming in 100% right out the gate. You know what? Go for it.
I think I gave enough of my time, so I'm sorry, not sorry. X's and O's, yeses and no's, ain't nothing
I
personal,
like the
gotta know.
X's and O's. Cute.
So I'm sorry, not sorry.
From Cutie? Oh, this hood is so cute. What was that cute? Oh my gosh. The branding on this, I once again say, is this allowed? Is that like a copyright thing? Oh my god, the video. Oh my god, I'm having so, even just like this graphic with the hearts. I'm like, yeah, I own something. I own something that had that. It was like Lizzie McGuire or Bratz or something. Like that is that branding. And I'm like, it's taking me back. I need Kyo to dial it back. All right. I'm like, sir, I don't know why you seem to want to pick a fight with me. I didn't break up with you. In fact, bestie, okay? I'm okay with being friend zoned. Why is Theo so cute in that? Cute. Wait, sorry. Jung smiled and I got distracted.
I'm not access and no's. Every girl deserves to have her exploration. Have a little fun without
Ooh. Like the heart stops. Ooh. Wait, that's so cute too. The X button, the E, and then the X button. Cute. All right, I see you. Again, commitment to the bit. Always appreciate it. But the like hard stops in a bunch of those dance moves, obviously like they have that a lot of the time in their choreo. But this there's like almost a half beat or something. Like they're stopping, right? So it's again adding in that kind of glitchy robotic feeling. And that like arm move was so fun. I like the expiration. It's cute. Commitment to the bit. Ah! They're so cute. Wait. And Puck's little like smile there. He's like, what's going on? Yes. Wait, the little icon. Oh, that's so cute too. All the little like details on this. Wait. Getting rid of X's stuff, and it's all the different things. It's like thought, regret, tears, anger. So cute. The little like icon on the side where it's like, how do I figure out how this level works? I love it. But also Soul with the like dropping the photo. They're so cute. We're getting rid of the plushie. Oh, his little smile. They're also just like throwing things. I saw this in the thumbnail. Emotional demolition is wild. Who gave? Okay, look, they're cute. I think that the whole like emotional demolition, also cute with the Jenga tower, the giant Jenga tower. Struggling, but we're figuring it out. Who gave Intok any kind of power tool? Honestly, I don't think any of them should have a power tool of any kind. He's not even wearing his PPE properly. No. I'd be like, that's okay. You can sit this one out. You know what is a really important job? Supervision. Yeah. I think watching, observing is also really important.
I'm not X's and O's.
I love that dance there. Oh, that's so cute. Like making the heart. Look how cute he is. I'm distracted. They're so adorable. I love the hint. I like the like X, like the X. It's cute. We're getting our hearts back. So chaotic. That's what happens with the pizza and everything. Sure. Love yourself. Yeah. That's fun. Terrible probably to clean up. Oh my god. Wait. Look at their smiles. How much confetti do you think they eat? They ate. That's fun. Oh, I love that we had the bright setting earlier on with this, right? Or like the kind of like warm tones, and then we had the cool tones, right? Where it was like, we've gone through all of the issues of dealing with this has come to an end. We've gotten rid of all the things. We're figuring out how to get to the other side. And then it's like having the lights, right? Like finding those points of like light and color in the dark. Also love that we have a lost and found, the like ex-lovers.
Exit on them when they hit the expiration. End the story, period, no exclamation. Every girl deserves to have her exploration.
Do we make it X with the lights? Yeah, on the door. Why is Dosa standing like he's getting his like school photo taken? I mean, it's like the coat too, the like, sweater. That was so cute. Your quest is over. Are we going into a new love? Is that what we're getting in the rest of the album? I don't like the ominous bass sound. That was so cute. Again, I love commitment to the bit. And I love that this was, again, leading into that. We got like, what, 2003 was the year that we had on the like poster at the beginning of the highlight medley, right? And some of the promotional stuff. So I like that we're pulling back on that again, like getting this like robotic sound in a lot of it. I love that they made it into a game of like, how do we get rid of all of this? How do we move on? I think that fits so well with the lyrics of let me help you get through the fact that you need to like walk away from this relationship, right? Whatever this is, this heartbreak that you're having, instead of dealing with it as like all the terrible things that happen, it's let's look at it in more of a you're better off without the baggage, right? Let's turn it into a bit of a game. Let's consider this as you're leveling up as opposed to losing something, right? Because you get to move on to the next thing now, right? You get to figure out the next thing and you don't need to have a reason for it, right? You don't need to explain yourself. That's not the point. The point is that you get to move on now and do better things. So cute. I can't get over how adorable they were. I can't get over how chaotic they just are all the time. And I love that it had some like really fun, bright colors and everything. Obviously, that's something that comes up in a lot of K-pop music videos anyway. But I really like that they just leaned into this being like something that's really fun and bright, and despite the fact that it's like about a breakup and it's about a relationship coming to an end, but it's, you know what, let's not sit in the heartbreak part. Let's just skip to the part where they're an ex. Let's just skip to the part where we've moved on. So fun. I'm already obsessed. I get stuck in my head. I think that there's a lot of like intentionality, like the stuff that they're doing in terms of the aesthetic of it and the sound of it and the kind of performance that we're getting. And I think that, you know, in comparison to some of the other lead singles that we've gotten from like previous albums, it definitely has a different vibe sonically. But I think that's with a lot of intentionality. Like, I think we all understand what they're doing with an all English album. But I also think that it's a super fun song. I think that it's showing different stuff that they can do. I think it's, despite the fact that they can have a bit of a darker tone, they've always had a little bit of sense of humor. There's obviously a little bit of definitely darker, like early on, like first couple of albums, that there's definitely a bit of a darker overall tone to that. But they've always had a good sense of humor. They've always had a little bit of a joking side to what their performance style is. And I think that this just leans into some of that style of it. I think that it's catchy, it's fun. I think that it does exactly what it's supposed to be doing in terms of getting people's attention on this album as a whole. It makes me interested to see what else we're going to get from this, because it's not just an English track or an English version of a track, it's multiple of them. So I'm taking this, which is I definitely enjoy. I've already added it to my playlist to listen to it. But is it within the top like 10 P1 Harmony songs for me? No. Despite the fact that I like it, I want to see what else we got on this album to tell me, like, what's the vibe? What are we going to explore? Are we playing it safe? Or are we letting ourselves experiment a little bit and seeing where we end up? I don't know. I want to, and I'm excited. So I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to the next time I post a P1 Harmony reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.